So Agnes has a story because she really herself has a background. She is a legal immigrant from Hungary. And she's an activist and a member of the Angel Families and a proud supporter of our president, President Donald J. Trump. Thank you, Agnes, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. As Erin said, I'm a legal immigrant. My family left Hungary after the Soviet Union invaded Budapest. The first time they left, they got caught because I woke up in the middle of the night crying, and they took everything away from my parents, their money, their suitcase, everything. But the second time my parents went for the border in January of 1957, they concocted something for me to sleep so they could safely cross the border, which we did. We remained in a refugee camp, trust me, a real refugee camp, for about 10 months, where my mother gave birth to my baby brother, Jadranko, who also passed away at the camp because they would not allow my mother out of the refugee camp to seek medical treatment for him. And once they allowed it, he passed away in her arms before he could get any medical treatment. Because my father was born in Yugoslavia, they didn't want us to, they wanted us to stay, and my mother said, no, we're going to America. They barred us from going to the American embassy. They gave us 3 choices, South Africa, Austria, or Brazil. We ended up in Brazil, where we lived for 13 years, where I grew up until the age of 16 when we legally immigrated to the United States. We came here, my father came with a job contract. They had to sign a legal document stating that they would not apply for any public assistance. What an incredible concept that is. And my parents became citizens. I became a U.S. citizen, and I can honestly say this is the only country of citizenship that I have, because when my family left Hungary as refugees, the Hungarian government took our citizenship away. So when we legally immigrated to the United States, we came as stateless, meaning we did not belong anywhere. My only son, Ronald da Silva, was murdered April 27, 2002, by a previously deported illegal alien from Mexico. Immediately after the shooting, he fled to Mexico. That's how easy it is. Commit crime and then flee. Luckily, he turned himself in because the police was on to his girlfriend, who was depositing her welfare check at a credit union, so he could live on in Tijuana. It took about 3.5 to 4 months before he turned himself in, and every day was like a month of waiting for justice for my son, but I never gave up. The sad thing about this whole situation is, California being a sanctuary state, this individual is going to be freed in 5 months. Oh, no. I wrote 2 letters to Gavin Newsom. If you're listening, shame on you. Never responded, never acknowledged receiving my letter. I wrote one in English, and somebody said as a joke, why don't you write one in Spanish? Maybe you get an answer. I did. Didn't get an answer to that either. And my question was, where is the sanctuary for my family when this criminal gets released into our streets? How do I protect myself and my family? Of course, no answer. This is an outrage. This SB 57 is the biggest injustice to our president you can ever put into words. 27, I'm sorry. AB 27. SB 27, I'm sorry. SB 27. President Trump is a great president. He has done incredible things for this country. The economy is booming. And how dare California legislatures and Gavin Newsom, corrupt Gavin Newsom, bar him from being on the ballot. Well, you know what, Gavin, let me tell you something. I'll move to another state, but I will vote for President Trump. Because you will never stop me from voting for who I want. This is a free country. I have freedom of choice, and I can choose who I vote for. And President Trump is my president and will be my president if it depends on me in the next 4 years. We cannot allow this to continue because our government right now is trying to turn California and United States into a socialist country. My family fled socialism. Let me tell you, socialism is nothing more than a prettier word for communism. They take your liberty away, they take your freedom away, little at a time. Pretty soon you have no rights to own a gun. Look what happened in Europe. In my country, they took everybody's guns away and they massacred and killed millions of people because they had nothing to defend themselves from. Even though my son was killed with a gun, with a bullet that took his life, I am for the Second Amendment rights because I have rights and each one of you should have the right to have a gun. The government should not take away your rights, your Second Amendment, should not take your freedom away that they so willfully and bluntly are giving to illegal aliens invading our country. This insanity has to stop. We cannot, as citizens, allow this to continue anymore. Because today is California, and trust me, if California sinks, the rest of the country will follow. We cannot allow this to continue. Open your eyes, get educated, see what bills the Senate and the Assembly is passing. You will be surprised. There is nothing to benefit you and me, everything to benefit illegal aliens. Let me tell you something. I'll stand by what I say. We do not owe illegal aliens anything. You want to come here, you wait in line, follow the law, follow the process, just like my family did, and thousands of people are waiting to legally come into this country. You do not just walk in here, invade, and demand.
Come on.
That's right.
That's right.
We have rules of law that needs to be enforced. We don't need a new immigration law. Just enforce the existing laws and we'll do just fine. But we cannot continue on this path of self-destruction. Our country is being sabotaged from within. Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, Schumer, all of them, and hundreds more are destroying our country from within. You know, I want to become a senator too, a congresswoman, just so I can become rich like Pelosi did in no time. Where did she get her money? Who's paying her off?
Inside trade.
Cartels.
Who's paying them off? Nobody gets to become a millionaire on $100 and something thousand a year. But we need to stand up for this great nation. We need to keep America great. We need to fight for our country, and we need to educate people, because this right that Gavin Newsom wants to take away from us, SB 27, is an outrage. And I'm going to be writing, and I urge every one of you to write to Gavin Newsom, to the Senate, to everybody. Tell them how ridiculous this bill is. And President Trump, I'm with you, for you, until the end. You got my vote, no matter where I have to go to vote for you, because we will not let you lose. Thank you so much. God bless this country.
God bless the country.
Thank you so much, Agnes.
Like our work, please consider donating. We have PayPal, paypal.me/megamedia. And we also have a Patreon we have started. That will help us go to more locations, buy some new gear. We're thinking about buying a cheapo RV, for instance. That'll help us cut down on hotel costs so we can attend more of these rallies, more of these protests. If you like what we do and you want to help send us places and get you live content, real news from real people, please consider donating. Thanks. And there's some really cool perks on there. We can send you some Trump tweet mugs, t-shirts, advertise on their website, other really cool stuff. And that is patreon.com/megamedia, DOTORG. Make sure you follow us on Twitter @LazyMeeple, @SmallTownAndrew. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube, megamedia.org. Wake up to the truth. Be sure to check out the S2 project at our website, megamedia.org. Follow them on Twitter at S2Command. Give them a phone call at 1-877-783-7778. The S2 Project, headquarters for all Americans, because liberty must win. Check them out and join the team.